Thank you so much. Really excited. I know it's been a lot of content, a lot of information, and really excited to talk for the next 20 minutes today. I want to start out with a little bit of a narrative. Much of customer experience is about building a relationship, and I have two small children at home, a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I'm often working on building my relationship with them. But much of a relationship is about communication. It's about the exchange of information. And my 2-year-old loves to remember stories, and every time he reminisces, he says, remember when, remember when, remember when, and then eventually he gets to the point. And much of customer experience is about getting to the point. So it's about you have this exchange with your customer, but then how do you turn that into a relationship that becomes an enduring relationship? And AI is a really unique opportunity to start building that more enduring and conversational relationship. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The challenge, though, is when you look at the world of customer experience today, it's not getting less complicated, it's getting more complicated. The way customers find information about you and your brand, the way they do research, the way they discover your products, the way they use your website, use your mobile app, the way they get customer service from you, and the channels they use is only becoming more complicated over time. So as a brand and as a company, the way you interact and engage or create experiences for your consumers is only becoming more complicated and more challenging. Furthermore, customers have all the power. They have lots of information. They can do a Google search and find all of your competitors instantaneously. When they walk into your physical store, they often know much more than your actual store employees know. They have a lot more information. They have the smartphone in their hand or in their pocket. Oftentimes, they already know what they want to buy when they're coming into your store. So consumers have all the power and have lower switching costs, have lots of information. So you as a brand have this challenge of more complexity and consumers being more and more in charge. However, the good news is consumers are becoming more and more loyal. They care about the brands they buy from, and they care about the experiences they get from those brands. So while these are challenges, they're also great opportunities for you as a company to differentiate yourself through your experiences and drive that differentiation through a technology like artificial intelligence. And so when we think about the current customer experience, it's really not great. Think about when someone comes to your website. So you'll have some navigation, you'll talk about what products or services you offer. You'll have some offers around support, or maybe you have a little search bar on the top right of your website. There's some navigation, some filters, maybe a help page. But much of the work is left to your customer. They have to do the filtering, they have to do the searching, they have to find the information. Imagine if you had a physical store and someone walked in the store and you didn't speak to them. You said nothing. You just stood there and watched them walk around the room. That's really the modern customer experience. The work is put on the consumer to do the navigation, to do the filtering, to do the finding. And that's really a poor experience. We never would put up with that. If we walked into a physical store and all the employees just stared at us, I think we'd turn around and leave immediately. And unfortunately, that's what we're delivering in the digital experiences we deliver today. So we're failing in taking the power of artificial intelligence and creating dynamic and engaging experiences. We're failing in doing that, and therefore there's an opportunity to differentiate, to create those better experiences. And so what I propose to all of you is to think about how you can use AI to switch from an unassisted world to an engaged world. So one where someone comes to your website and you're immediately welcoming them. You're asking them, why are they here? What are they looking to accomplish? What do they value? And you're switching from a world where it's declaration of buy shoes, on sale, this is for you, to more of a conversation, to something where you're interacting with them to say, how can I help you? How can I create more value for you? So shifting from this monologue, a push from brand to customer, to an interaction, an exchange, where more value can be created. And I think we have an opportunity now to really do this at scale with AI. So let's spend now some time working through this further. What does this actually mean? So one exciting thing of the work we do with Bold 360 is we work with a broad set of brands. We have the opportunity to work with retailers, financial services companies. So we really work across really global brands to create these differentiated experiences. And they're across the customer journey. So they're in a proactive invite, or in discovery of a product, or in how do you best optimize your sales organization. And so there's a unique opportunity to not think about AI as a pointed solution, not just a chatbot, not just a search tool, not just a better way to understand the customer journey, but rather use it throughout the customer journey. So we're going to spend some time now walking through examples of where AI is really delivering impactful results on improving the customer journey. So let's start with Chegg. For those of you that don't know Chegg, they're in the education services space. They offer textbooks, tutorial classes, and all of this is delivered online. And so for Chegg, they have a lot of information, both on the products they have and the services they have, and they want to make that something that's easy for their students to find and use them throughout their careers in school. If we look at a search bar on Chegg, in the traditional world, a search bar would be powered by keywords. So you would do a keyword search, and it would give you information. The problem there is that those keywords aren't often contextual. They're not personalized. They're not relevant to that student and their services. Furthermore, with a keyword-based search, you're not doing any dynamic routing or management of that student. So based on what the intent was, maybe we want to send them and have them call in to get more complex service. Or maybe we want to send them to an article online. Or maybe we want to have them chat with someone. So the power of using an AI-powered solution is that now, instead of it being keyword-based and a simplistic answer, you can now route them to the appropriate resource. So if they're asking a question about textbooks, which might be a lower value exchange, we can have them self-service or talk with a bot. If they're asking about signing up for a new service and a question about that service, we might want to connect them with a human agent that can answer their question over the phone. But by having this all be powered by AI, we can be more selective in the results we're giving, the context of those results, and how we want to service that customer. So we're aligning high value service to high value for the customer, and lower value items to a more self-service model. So the power is you can put this on anywhere you want. It can be on your homepage, it can be delivered through a widget like this. So you're taking this AI technology and you're making it pervasively available across the entire customer experience. On the back end, you're getting a bunch of great analytics. So this is a voices dashboard we offer, which highlights what are the key intents that are coming into your website. What are the most frequent questions this day, this week, this month? What are the most frequent questions that come in from customers of ours that have tutorial services versus are just buying books? So we can now get a much better vision into what kind of questions are our customers asking us, what problems are they struggling with, and where can we create more value? Where can we address those problems in an easier way? And so this gives you a much better visibility into how are you interacting with your customers and how are you creating value for those customers? And at scale, not with the interactions that just your humans are involved with, but every interaction, whether that's a search bar, a chat exchange, or a full agent interacting with that customer. All of that's captured, so you're getting invaluable insights into how you can better service your customer. But the thing is that I think too often we think about AI as just the customer-facing aspect. It's just the chatbot or the voice assistant or the thing that faces the consumer. But in reality, in a typical customer journey, there's actually quite a bit involved. So we have the consumer on the left, and they're picking their channel of choice. They're engaging with a chatbot or sending you an email or making a phone call. That gets routed to the appropriate agent who will then answer their questions, and they're using a knowledge base and maybe some back-end scripts or maybe a CRM. So there's this journey of customer, employee, and information. The thing that's interesting is that AI actually can be put throughout that journey in a variety of different ways. So there's not one place that AI is effective and impactful, but rather a variety of ways. So we can start to do things on the front end around natural language understanding and conversational AI, where we have a bot start the conversation and is immediately available 24 hours a day, no matter if it's our busiest day or our slowest day of the year. We have smart and intelligent routing that starts to adapt around, well, based on this intent, this is the best place to send that customer. And whether that be a knowledge base article, RPA system, or to an actual agent. We have AI working in the background, helping our agents, assisting them in the work they need to be doing and helping them be more productive and focus more on the customer. And then finally, we can do things like task bots and machine learning algorithms, which are improving the system over time. So they're taking some of that mundane, repetitive work and taking it off the hands of your employees and figuring out better ways to service those customers over time. So let's walk through a couple examples of this in real world. How are we actually seeing this coming to life? So for those of you who don't know Edible Arrangements, they're a great delivery service for fresh fruit baskets. So people will get them for holidays like Valentine's Day or for just celebration. And one thing that's interesting about them is that they really have a perishable nature in the sense of you can only get certain things certain times of year, and they often are made and delivered within the same day. And so customers have a lot of questions around what can I get today? What's good for this holiday? It's my mom's birthday. What do you think she would like? And so they get a lot of these questions where it's Someone gets to work and they say, crap, I forgot to buy mom a present, and then they're rushing to figure out what they can get done. The challenge is that requires a lot of repetitive, mundane questions. A lot of the same things come in every single time, and paying an agent to answer those questions, one, isn't great for the agent, and two, isn't great in the sense of it's a boring job. No one wants to answer the same questions over and over again. So one thing we worked on with Edible Arrangements was saying, okay, you have this great website, you have all this great content, visuals around your product, nutritional information. How do we make that something that's much more accessible to an end user? So we can do things like say, where's your nearest location and what's the hours of that location? And they can do that based on where you're physically sitting. We can do things like saying, well, what's appropriate for a birthday or what's appropriate for Mother's Day? And it will bring you to that page and walk you through that information. You can ask it around nutritional information. So, my son has a food allergy. What doesn't contain that food allergy, like nuts? So it's taking much of the content that exists on your page today that you would require someone to walk through and navigate and search, and you're curating that and lead them through a conversation. So what's important to you? Why are you looking? Why are you coming to our website? What are you trying to buy? And it leads them through that discussion. Furthermore, as you may have seen here, if the questions get more complicated or there's something that's higher value, you can pull in a live agent to then assist that customer. So this isn't that it's mutually exclusive of it's either a bot or it's an agent. This is a continuous conversation. Before Edible Arrangements implemented this, on days like Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and the holiday season, they had literally every employee from CEO down in their contact center engaging with customers. So imagine everybody in the company, from the person that washes the windows to the CEO, is there sitting there answering these questions. One, that's a terrible experience because you're putting high-value employees towards not necessarily very high-value work. And two, they haven't all been trained on how to answer the right questions. How do you lead a customer through an experience? So since they've implemented this, they've seen outstanding results. In fact, a 50% improvement in the number of engagements on their website. So they're delivering a higher quality experience to the customer and doing it through a lower cost of delivery. What this also can help you do is you can start to think about things of, so an agent's going to be answering some questions. There may be complex questions that come in, something that maybe the bot isn't good at answering. So someone may ask a question around, how long can I keep my chocolate? In the current world, someone would ask this question and an agent would have to go search a knowledge base or give an elbow to the person next to them and ask them, have you ever gotten this question? How should I answer it? In the world of AI, when this question comes in of how long can I keep my chocolate, we're now in the agent workspace. So this is where the agent's interacting on the other side of the screen, where the agent's interacting with that customer. When that question comes in, the AI is there listening. And it's saying, based on this intent of how long can I keep my chocolate, I'm going to recommend this answer. So the AI is working behind the scenes, assisting the agent in giving them that rapid response, that information they need to do their job better and faster. So the agent's still there to be personal, to be human, to add empathy, but the AI is there to help them be more effective in the work they need to do. It's handing them the next tool so they can proceed down the assembly line faster. And so as we watch this play out here, you can see this came in and asked a question around how long can I keep my chocolate. The AI Smart Advisor gives them a suggestion. The agent can take that and push that over into the conversation. So they're now just inserting with a short command that in. They can personalize it. They could add a name. Maybe they change something about seasonality. And so that's now pushed off to the customer. Also, the agent can provide real-time feedback to that recommendation. So in this case, it had a suggestion about how long can I keep my chocolates. The agent said, well, this actually wasn't that helpful. There really wasn't a whole lot of detail here. I think we should improve this article over time. So now they can provide real-time feedback back to your content team to then improve that article, to make it better. And maybe we break it out, or maybe we break it into a couple of different intents. But it's now the AI is working behind the scenes with that agent to help them be much more effective and efficient in doing their job. Furthermore, you're creating the content that the agents need to do their jobs in a more effective way. So once again, it's not just about AI facing your customer, but also AI in the background helping your employees be more effective and efficient. And I think this is actually a really important fact that often gets missed is the amount of time people spend doing work. So we did a survey of 850 different businesses and asked them, what do their agents typically spend time doing? And the sad thing is that 25% of an agent's time is spent just finding information relevant to that customer. So you think about a day and a half of the week of that agent is just finding information. And that's when a customer is sitting on hold or waiting for a response. The agent's frustrated because they're not getting the answers. They need to keep that customer happy. And so AI is a great way to attack that third bucket of that 25% and shift that work back to being customer focused, back to adding empathy, back to supporting that customer and spending their time. It also, though, is relevant to the middle bucket here, which is understanding the nature of the inquiry. So in that case, it's how can the AI do some of the upfront work to say, well, what is the customer really trying to do? What are they really trying to solve? And then once we know that, then get the human employee involved and have them deliver, once again, that high-value experience. Another important thing that we've seen out of the world of customer experience is that as you invest in customer experience, there's great results that come out of it. And there's an interesting blend now between the world of AI and the world of customer experience. For a number of years now, we've done a customer experience survey where we surveyed the maturity of companies that interact with customers. And what we found is that there's this maturity curve. There's experimenters, evolutionists, enthusiasts, and experts. So there's these four groups of companies and how mature they are in the way they engage with their customers. And so maturity looks like I can deliver a more consistent experience across channels, or I'm good at managing my data and making that data actionable, or at my most senior level, my senior management cares about customer experience and cares about things like CSAT scores or NPS scores. And so as companies move to the left on this chart, they see much better business results. They outpace their competitors. And so when we ask these experts, what did they see as their secret sauce? What was the one big thing that they found as strategic to them? They said that AI was really the key factor. And so for them, 2/3, when we asked them for things that help them with growth, with profitability, with increasing average order size, across those factors, what was the number one thing that helped them do that? 2/3 of those companies said AI. So the majority of the companies are saying AI is what is helping them outpace themselves from the rest of their competitors, from the other folks that are focused on customer experience. And so when these companies are investing in technologies like AI, it's helping them deliver dramatically better business results. And not just in one way. It's helping them improve better customer experience. It's helping them increase their conversion, helping them increase their revenue, and then helping them increase their profitability. So AI, once again, is impactful because it helps your sales teams. It helps your marketing teams. It makes your finance teams happier. It's this kind of pixie dust that lives across your customer experience and really can help you transform your business to being a leader. A leader both in customer experience, but also a leader from growth and profitability. And so there's really a great opportunity right now to think about how can we take AI and make it something that helps us differentiate ourselves from our competitors, specifically through that customer experience. And this all may sound great, and then the question becomes, well, what does this actually look like in real life? And so I showed you a number of those companies we had worked with in a previous slide around helping them across their entire customer journey. The exciting thing is that we see those great results, those better NPS scores, better growth scores, better profitability scores. We see that even within our own customer base. So with the work we did with Chegg, they had a 20% improvement in their CSAT score. And another thing that many of our customers determine is that they actually eliminate channels based on poor experience. So they may have had email for the last 10 years, and they say, hey, email is a great way for our customers to get in touch with us. But the problem is it also often has a negative NPS score because it's slow, it's tedious, it's complex. So we've had some customers who have said, our chat experience and our chatbot experience has 60, 80 NPS score. We're going to eliminate email as a channel. So it also gives you an opportunity to reinvest or reassess how you want to engage with your customers. It can also reduce your burden on your contact center. So this goes back to the example with edible arrangements, where you can get a dramatic reduction in the inbound volume to your contact center by investing in AI. All of that redundant, repetitive, low-value work is picked up by the AI, freeing your agents to spend more time on things like customer outreach or customer conversion, and less time on asking those low-value, repetitive questions. And then finally, it gives you an opportunity to increase those engagements. So we talked already about edible arrangements, but edible arrangements has seen outstanding results because they have infinite scalability. So on their busiest day of the year, every customer that comes to the website and asks a question gets an answer, is engaged with, and a conversation is started. So there's this really unique opportunity to take AI and have it be a way to start these one-off conversations with every customer that comes to your website, every customer that comes to your mobile app, or every customer that comes to a social channel like WhatsApp. You're there and ready to engage with them and deliver them a really high-quality, personalized experience. And so, in summary, I think there's a really great opportunity here when I think back to, once again, my kids and creating a conversation with my kids and creating a narrative and engaging with them in a personalized way. There's really a great opportunity right now with AI to start and have that conversation, to engage with your customers, moving it from being a monologue or moving it from being push to being a back and forth, a conversation, a way for you to engage with them in a new way to help better understand their needs today and their needs into the future, create a better overall experience, a better journey, and once again, create more brand loyalty, create that trust and relationship with every single consumer. So I think my hope is, out of our time today, is that you think about, across that customer journey, where's opportunities for you to create a better customer-facing experience, a better employee engagement experience, or better understand where there's friction points in your customer experience, and then leverage AI to address those, and then rinse and repeat. Find the next problem, find the next opportunity, and find the next use case. And then you'll see those great business results that those experts did in our survey, where they're growing faster, they're more profitable, and they have happier customers. So I welcome you in that journey and really hope you feel inspired to go find the next customer challenge that you can address. Thank you so much.